Welcome everybody back to another podcast. Your host Mello here. This was some news that happened last night. The Lakers traded Taylor Horton Tucker and Steven Johnson for Patrick Beverley from the Utah Jazz. So we all know Rudy Gobert. He was traded to Minnesota for a whole freaking package for Patrick Beverley, and obviously Utah had nothing to do with Patrick Beverley, so they traded him. And honestly, I think this is a very good trade for both sides. I know Utah is trying to rebuild, but they're trying to get good pieces in return, obviously, and obviously a lot of draft picks. Um, I think this is a player that the Lakers really needed, but I'm gonna tell you, good and bad. So Patrick Beverley, obviously, he's somebody. He's like I will say a Kevin Garnett that likes to talk a lot and likes to get in your ear. I feel like he's a good player that the Lakers could use during defensive possessions where he could get into a player's head, and you already know he's like a Westbrook type of, but that energy, he brings a lot of that energy. But the con of it is that right now you got him and you got Westbrook as point guard. Neither of them are a 3-point shooter. Actually, neither of them are shooters. So that's a con. But, you know, I think it was a good pickup for the Lakers. I feel like they needed that, at least for the bench, a backup point guard. I think he should be good. But it's just the shooting that's what's catching me right there. As for the Utah Jazz, they got good pieces too. Stephen Johnson, he plays power forward. He's a very good defender. I feel like if he plays more minutes, he could probably get better. Never know. But he did good with the Lakers. He was a decent perimeter shooter. He was good in the paint. You know, all best of luck for him. Tan Horton Tucker, he was somebody. I really watched a lot of the Lakers games this season or last season, and I don't know. I just felt like he needed to go. I just felt like not that he's a bad player. He's a very good player. Don't get me wrong. It's just he just wasn't what he was the season before. I felt like he didn't have that spark. But I felt like the whole Laker thing wasn't going as what everybody thought it was gonna be. So I feel like the Jazz could use him because we don't know what's gonna go on with the Donovan Mitchell situation. Well, what it looks like, he's a New York Knick, but obviously, um, the GM for the Utah Jazz, I forgot his name, Danny Ainge, he wants everything. Just because he got everything for Rudy Gobert, he's trying to get triple that with Donovan Mitchell, which I think what the Knicks offered him was a good trade. I wouldn't trade Obi Toppin though. I'm sorry, I would not trade Obi Toppin. And they want RJ Barrett. I will not give up RJ Barrett. The least I will do is give them draft picks. That's it. That's what they want, right? That's what they're gonna get because they already got a whole bunch of draft picks from Rudy Gobert. So they think they're gonna be slick with it, but they're not. And let me stop going off topic. But other than that, I think this was a good trade. I feel like Lakers are kind of going in the right direction with this. Like so far, they haven't. It's still not the team that it's not that team yet. But I still see them as a team that probably that could at least make the play-in tournament. I think so. Um, or maybe they could be a 6 seed at least. But I hope they prove me wrong. Um, there was also reports that Austin Reeves, I believe he plays shooting guard. Or point guard, shooting guard. I think he'll be their starting shooting guard. Obviously, you got rid of Tan Horn Tucker. He was what, small forward shooting guard, mostly shooting guard. I think Austin Reeves would be starting shooting guard because I don't know what was gonna go on with the point guard situation. Now you got Patrick Beverley, you got Westbrook. You know, that's just weird because like you need shooters on your team too, and now you got two point guards that don't shoot. I hope Westbrook has a. I hope he bounces back next season. I feel like he got to prove the haters wrong. For me, I personally think he had a bad season, but he didn't know how to play with um, Frank Vogel as well. Frank Vogel didn't really know how to use his team, and plus, it was a whole new team, so you got to get used to the chemistry. Now they got to do that again. All they really had, they only have like what, four players from last season: Austin Reeves, LeBron, AD, and Westbrook that I know of. But yeah, what y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think about this trade? You think was this a good trade? You think it was a bad trade? You think um Lakers should have gave them more for Patrick Beverley? You think they should have given them less? What do you think? And another thing, why is it a good trade? They didn't give up any of their draft picks. They barely have any, and they did. I think it was a good trade. That's all I think. But I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I'm sounding little right now. Hopefully, um, there's more news to come because obviously that whole KD situation is over. So now teams can really focus on the free agents that are available right now and stop trying to get KD. And yeah, make sure you send me questions, send me topics in the comments so I can always post content for y'all. I just want to talk to y'all. Y'all never send me comments, but I hope I hope y'all do, man. Just hit that like button, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. Always forget what I always say, but Instagram will be in the bio, Sports Lounge TV, and I'll see you on the next one.